The NHRA began their postseason, so to speak, this past weekend in Charlotte. It's called the Countdown to the Championship. And the guy atop the Pro Stock standings is our next guest. Jason Line's first full season in NHRA Pro Stock came in 2004, winning 4 races en route to claiming the Rookie of the Year honors. Just 2 years later, he took home the Pro Stock Championship, dethroning his teammate Greg Anderson. Since then, he's added another title to the shelf, and through 11 seasons, he has earned a total of 35 career NHRA Pro Stock wins. And oh yeah, we might mention that he won a NASCAR Sprint Cup championship back in 2000 with Bobby Labonte when he was the head dyno operator for Joe Gibbs Racing. Jason joins us now. Good to see you, pal. How's everything?
Good to be here.
Well, let's begin with a little bit of a frustration this past weekend here in Charlotte. Issues with the racetrack and weather. What's the real story?
A little of both, actually. Yeah, the racetrack was tough. You know, we've kind of had some issues with the track in the past, and kind of thought it was going to be fixed for this race, and unfortunately, it was not. And I certainly want to apologize to all the fans for. I don't think they got their money's worth.
What does the NHRA and Pro, the driver organization that works with the NHRA, what do you folks have to do with the racetrack at ZMAX to get the facility ready to go racing, hopefully back there in April of 2015?
Well, we've got to convince Christian and Bruton and all their folks that the track needs some repair. So, and it's, you know, it's the most beautiful racetrack in the country. Unfortunately, the racetrack itself, it needs a little attention. So hopefully we can convince them to do that.
Do you feel like it's a fixable situation?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now moving forward to what we got to do the rest of 2014, you guys are off and racing now with your run to the championship, and you're going to have to do double duty, if you will, when you get to Texas. How is that going to change your plans of how, as an organization, you guys approach that race weekend? Because you're going to have multiple rounds of eliminations.
Yeah, it's a unique situation, and I don't know whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, but I just went through that. Had to race the Brainerd race at Indy, so, and I was fortunate enough to win there, so maybe that's a good thing for me. So we got a little practice at it anyway.
What did you learn from that experience that can help you when you get down to Texas?
I'm not sure, I'll tell you after Texas, but I think we did learn a few things, and obviously take a slightly different approach to the qualifying. So again, you have to make it down the racetrack, make a good, safe run, but at the same time, you got to be fast enough to win the round. So the racetrack is always a little bit different on Saturday than it is Sunday, so I think that's a little bit better for us, actually.
If it's a weekend where you guys really hit your stride, boy, you could put some serious distance between the rest of the competition, couldn't you?
You could. It could be feast or famine, so hopefully it's going to be feast. So yeah, it could be a big deal.
As far as the organization with Greg Anderson goes, Greg had some health issues earlier this year. He's doing well now, back in the race car and competitive. How has that been working this year with everything you guys have had to deal with off the track, but here you are now running for a championship?
Well, it's been strange for sure, but you know, nothing lasts forever, and we've had to learn to adjust. And you know, it's tough for him. I think way tougher for him. Obviously, he's a competitive person, probably the most competitive person I know, and so it's been a struggle for him for sure. But he's not done winning races yet. I can guarantee you that.
The NHRA's Pro Stock category is arguably one of the most competitive forms of motorsports, not just in this country, but in the world these days. Thousandths of a second decide who's a victor. With that being the case, how do you find an advantage in this championship?
That's a really good question. I wish I knew the answer to that, because I don't think we have one right now. But our Summit Chevy Camaro is really good. We had a stretch here a couple races back where we were pretty tough to beat, and we've lost the handle on it a little bit. But it comes down to making power and making nice runs, and we have to find a little bit more power, and that's going to put us over the edge.
Yeah, but you're the dyno guy. You got Bobby Labonte a championship. Can't you just go in there and twist a couple of knobs and get another one?
I wish it was that easy. So, you know, everything's refined so much that, you know, the devil's in the details, and it's just a lot of very small things, and it's tough. We're all working in the same box, and it's just it's a tough game right now.
Okay, so as you look at these races that you have to run through to the championship and the tracks that you're going, is it going to be more about getting the power to the ground, how much power you have, or the driver? I know you're going to say it's all the above, but if you had to pick one, what do you think is really going to make the difference?
Driver. Yeah, unfortunately the driver. I wish it was coming down to something else, but you're going to have to be error-free, and that's what it's going to take to win the championship.
Okay, so as you get down to that last race, the final weekend and the final round, and you're there and the championship's on the line, who's in the other lane if it's all about the driver?
Man, that's a tough question. You're going to make me offend somebody. You know, certainly Eric Anders can't be ruled out. Dave Conley, Vincent Nobile. You know, there's Jag, of course. I don't know, all of them.
You know, you just listed all
I did,
of them,
yeah.
right?
They're all tough. Every one of them's tough, and anybody can beat anybody any given day, and that's the good and bad of Pro Stock.
Okay, great. Thanks for popping by, Jason. Best of luck in the
Thank
run
you.
to the championship here in 2015. Well, up next, we'll head over to Jason's former employer, Joe Gibbs Racing, as they give us an exclusive peek into the workings of their motocross and supercross teams. And a little later, action from California Sprint Week and a look into the 2014 Quarter Midget Association's Dirt Grands from Taylorville, Illinois. Stick around. Race fans, whether you love dirt, asphalt, 2 wheels, or 4, you need to be Speed Sport equipped with cool t-shirts, awesome caps, and great Speed Sport swag. You can get your limited edition merchandise now. Just go to nationalspeedsportnews.com, click on the store link, and start shopping. Throwback tees, shop racks, and everything you need to be ready for the races. That's nationalspeedsportnews.com. Click the store link.